We officially have an NBA Finals. That's right. 2 teams have made it through the bubble, the Lakers and the Heat. And as Jimmy Butler said so eloquently, the road to an NBA championship is through a LeBron James-led team. And that is happening this year. Lakers versus Heat. I want to have a quick conversation about Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who don't follow basketball very much, Jimmy Butler is a player that is an enigma. He's someone who is always like, he's really fascinating, man. Like, I think the closest thing that we have in the past to Jimmy Butler is Charles Barkley. Like a guy who really just kind of, moved to the beat of his own drum.
I was going to say, if you remember Ricky Williams in football, Ricky Williams.
I think that's disrespecting Jimmy a little bit. I think Jimmy's stronger mentally than Ricky. Like, didn't Ricky have an emotional breakdown?
Ricky was a little emotional, but just in the sense that just kind of just his own guy. You can't figure this guy out.
Yep.
Ricky Williams also had a couple of great seasons, and they abused this guy, ran him way too much, and probably ended his career early. But just in that sense of I don't exactly understand what I'm looking at,
but I'm going to do what I want to do.
But he does what he wants to do, and I appreciate that.
I fuck with you on that for sure. And Jimmy definitely has that. Jimmy will do whatever. If he wants to go fishing, he'll go fishing. That's just what he's going to do. He is a unique individual. He's fine being himself. He's fine giving it up for his teammates. You know what I mean? This is a NBA veteran making tons of money, wears his rookie teammate's jersey after one of the games. Yeah. Tyler Herro had a great game, but still it is humbling to do that as a vet. Mm-hmm. I don't know if LeBron is walking around with some rookie that had a good game. I don't know if he's walking around with Caruso's jersey if he has a good game. It's humbling to do that to yourself, But he also will shit on his teammates. 100%.
He broke Andrew Wiggins. Yeah. I mean, not that Wiggins was really flying before, but he mentally broke this guy.
He couldn't handle it emotionally. And what was really interesting about Jimmy is that he always had this ability, amazing ability, but some people looked at him like a head case, and that he would get under his teammate's skin. And what's really interesting, what's happened with the Heat is he found an environment that was conducive to his attitude about competition.
Yeah.
Right? Pat Riley is an old school motherfucker with the Heat. Yeah. He's okay with that trash talk. Mm-hmm. He's okay with alpha players being alphas. Mm-hmm. He's okay with a culture that allows that to live and breathe. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy, he was at Chicago, then he went to Minnesota, right? Then he went to the 76ers. Then he lands in Miami and has this amazing bubble experience in Miami. It seems like he finally found the team that has a culture where he can thrive. And I'm watching Jimmy and what he's been doing and how successful he's been leading his team, right? And I'm starting to think, is everything that we've liked about Russell Westbrook what we should have been liking about Jimmy Butler?
I think so.
Is Jimmy Butler...
That's a great way to put it.
Is Jimmy Butler the real Russell Westbrook?
That's fucking great.
Don't get me wrong. Russell Westbrook is an athletic marvel, and he's such a great competitor. But his way of playing the game usually doesn't help his team win.
No,
and in times actually hurts it.
Yeah,
Jimmy is a dog. He's out there doing whatever it takes. If it's D'ing up the toughest guy on the other team, if it's scoring, if it's bigging up his teammate, if it's screaming at everybody, he's a motivator. But he's a fucking winner, especially what he's done this time during the bubble. And I'm wondering if everything that we've loved about Westbrook, we really actually love about Jimmy. He just wasn't in the environment where he could do it.
And to be honest, I owe him an apology because I love Jimmy, but then after he left Philly, I was like, maybe at some point the problem is you. Yeah, you left Chicago, it seems like bad terms. Yep. Left Minnesota on horrible terms. Yep. Don't seem to leave Philly on good terms. Yep. Maybe it's you.
Yeah.
Then it turns out I think he just needed the right culture.
Yes.
I don't think he understands this new star.
Yeah,
I think LeBron understands the new NBA star because LeBron is kind of the new NBA star.
Break down what you mean by that.
Which is... I'm a little bit sensitive. I need positive reinforcement. I don't want you to yell at me. I need to be coddled a bit.
Can we have our own personal handshake?
Can
you and I have a super cool handshake that's just me and you, and we'll do it between every single period, and maybe at the beginning of every game too. That'd be really good. It would make me feel really good. And as a guy who spent mad time in therapy, I get it. But I grew up in an Indian household, and I also get the Jimmy Butler shit, which is I don't got time for your fucking game. It was like what Jordan used to be, except
Jimmy will, seems like, co-sign you more if you do well.
Yeah.
Jordan wouldn't give Pippen flowers like Jimmy's doing for Tyler Hero.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Tyler Hero's not Pippen, but like Horace Grant or whatever. Horace Grant hated Jordan.
Yeah.
Tyler Hero's like, yo, he's doing it. This is a guy who works his ass off. He buys into the culture. I'm going to big up this motherfucker every time I get a chance.
To that point, Tyler Hero said, he's like, I really want to get to the finals for Jimmy. It would be his first time in the finals. Now, it's like, you're a guy who's lived and breathed basketball your whole life. Yes, you're only 20, but like, you've been dreaming about the finals your whole life. Like, you want to get there for you. But imagine like loving a teammate so much that you want to see them be there. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. That is dedication. And you don't get that unless you earn that respect. So one thing that I love about this bubble is that like we get to find out this really truly unique character that is Jimmy Butler, when given the right situation, can really thrive and like make his teammates better, and it's really awesome. One thing that absolutely terrifies me about it is that Kyrie Irving is watching this going, see, if I just have my right team, if I just have my right culture, this is what I could do. And that's all. The only reason I've been bouncing around is because I'm just like Jimmy. I just don't have the right guys around me. But once I do, I got this.
That's fine. Let him keep thinking that. Yeah, I mean, like...
But could we also make the argument, right, that we said that about Jimmy before this?
Yeah, I guess you could, but I just think also on top of everything, Kyrie's body doesn't hold up. And everybody, whenever I tweet, the Kyrie stands are like, when Kyrie is healthy, when is Kyrie healthy?
Yeah, that's fine.
40 games a year? Jimmy Butler is he's a man. Yeah. You're not taking him out of games that easily. You know what I mean? This guy built for it. Kyrie ain't built for it. He's 3 inches taller than me. You know what I mean? Get out of here, buddy.
What do you think happens? What are your predictions for the finals?
I think people have been telling me Miami this whole time. My homie Donish picked Miami in the first round. He said they're getting out of the East. I think I just hate them because they beat the Mavs in 06, but I haven't seen it this whole time, and I think the LA is just going to overpower them, but they're clearly scrappy as fuck. I think they take it to 6.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're going to have to be lights out. Because the only thing that I'm looking at both squads, and I'm like, can LA keep up with the firepower from the 3-point line that Miami has?
Dude, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero. Hero is quick, dog.
Yeah.
He gets his shot up so fast.
Yeah. Duncan Robinson, too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so what's going to happen there? That's my curiosity, right? I think the Lakers got it. I don't think it should be difficult. But if Miami goes bananas from the 3-point line, I don't know how LA reacts to that. Because who on LA can really knock down? Contavious Caldwell-Pope,
Kuzma on a good day. Danny Green seems washed. Maybe he can get it by the finals.
I don't know. So that's, I think that those guys got to come up big, and they got to beat them from behind the line.
I think this quarantine has actually benefited LeBron the way it benefited Chris Paul. And you don't think about it because LeBron plays 45 minutes a game all the time, but he played less minutes this year, then got 3 months off, then hopped right into the playoffs. And if you've been watching LeBron, I haven't watched every game, but I see him, the games I see, he just fucking takes over. Yeah. Because I think he got the energy to. Yeah. He had a full off season and then hopped right into the playoffs. And it's just, when you watch LeBron, I remember I saw LeBron live with the Heat playing the Nets one playoff game, and they lost the game because LeBron just kind of let it come to him. Yeah. When LeBron decides to take over, there's really nothing you can do. Even at 35, there's nothing you can do.
He really closed out the Nuggets, huh?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
The 3-1 team.
Yeah.
You guys watch a little bit?
I watched a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was impressive.
It's just different. He's just locked in right now in a way that I haven't seen before. And I think this is the easiest, by far, matchup LeBron has ever had in the finals. This is the first time you're looking at his team and you're like, oh, they're heavy favorites. Yeah. Maybe 2011 Mavericks, which he wasn't ready for. But then since then, when was the last time you saw a LeBron team overpower the other team like this and think that's this heavy of a favorite?
Yeah, I can't
The Spurs the first time, he was completely outclassed. The Warriors 3 times in a row, they always have more talent. Yeah. And a better coach and better system and all that.
And it's funny, I agree with you, but for some reason, I feel like that he has a chance. Like the way they play, the team chemistry, the trust that they have in each other, the fact that they were even giving Iguodala the ball when he was playing like doo-doo the whole series, and they just put that trust in him, and then he's fucking lit it up. Like that's the team that, hey, they can pull one out even from such a strong team like the Lakers.
Yeah, I think they're scrappy, and I've clearly slept on them this whole time. I think they take it to 6, but I think at the end the talent is just so insurmountable with LeBron and AD.
Does it show you like the importance of a culture?
Yes.
You know, like the Heat have this culture. They talk about culture, and then they have players that are on the roster not to play, but simply to drive the cultural value.
Yeah.
Right? Like Udonis Haslem is not there to play basketball.
Nope.
He is there to instill culture and make sure the rooks have someone they can go to, but hold the vets accountable, because you're not going to talk to Udonis. Udonis is a dog too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to talk shit. You might talk shit to Andrew Wiggins, sweet Canadian kid.
Yep.
You might talk shit to, Cat, whatever his fuck, skinny ankle.
Ben
Cat.
Simmons on Philly.
And exactly, you might talk shit to Ben Simmons, but you're not going to talk shit like that to Udonis, right? So I wonder if you see other teams go, not only do we need to start building a culture, but we need to keep around the players that drive that culture.
Yeah.
And even if we're signing them to like veterans minimums, it doesn't matter. It's worth that.
Every player the Heat has is a fucking workhorse. Bam Adebayo, by all accounts.
So that guy's nice, bro.
Nice, and a fucking, like, he works at it. Tyler Hero, this guy wasn't highly regarded coming out of college. How'd he get so fucking nice? He clearly worked. Duncan Robinson, undrafted.
Yo, there's a great message. There's a DM. Duncan Robinson is a senior at like Michigan State or something like that. Okay. I forget which school he went to, like some school, I think it's Michigan. He DMs a writer for The Ringer. Mm-hmm. And he goes, hey man, I listen to your podcast or I read your stuff, whatever it is. And I'm just really curious about, your line of work. And I'm really curious about like what you do. And I'd love to just, pick your brain if I could. He's literally in his senior year preparing for not playing basketball professionally.
That's amazing.
And DMing for job opportunities.
That's amazing.
Which is pretty cool, like taking the initiative, right? And now he's in the NBA Finals.
That's amazing.
And hooping his fucking ass off.
That's amazing. You know what theory I just had about Jimmy Butler? Maybe the thing he hates the most is wasted talent.
Ooh.
Is someone who doesn't work to fulfill their potential. Because I'm thinking about the players he did not like. Andrew Wiggins, talented fucking kid, number one pick overall.
Yeah.
Didn't seem to want it. Didn't have the mentality to go get it.
Karl Anthony Towns. Ben Simmons, we talk about all the time. How you not have a jumper? I think Jimmy saw him, said he don't want to fulfill his potential. I don't like that motherfucker. Where does he come? Miami. He loves Tyler Hero because Tyler Hero is not a super talented guy. Yeah. I think he sees a guy who works his ass off because that's what Jimmy was. Jimmy was not highly regarded. I remember seeing him as a 3-and-D guy. Hey, D up, hit some threes, you're good. Yeah. Worked his way into being an all-star. Duncan Robinson, undrafted, worked his way into being the best three-point shooter in the league. Bam. Mid-first round pick, nothing special, worked his way into being a superstar potentially. I think Jimmy loves that because he sees himself in that. Interesting.
And I think superstars who don't fulfill their potential, he sees what he wished he had and he sees what he would have done with that talent, and he fucking hates that person.
That is best case scenario for Jimmy.
Yeah.
I wonder if worst case scenario is he's threatened by superstars.
Interesting.
And they make him act out.
Maybe. I heard he loves Joel Embiid, though. And Embiid is a guy who will take attention away from everybody.
And he doesn't try at all. Joel Embiid gives the least effort.
That's true. Maybe
he's out of shape. I mean, like...
Maybe my whole theory is fucked.
Yo, I have a question. Yeah. Do you think the passing of Kobe Bryant or playing The Last Dance and like watching The Last Dance has had an impact on LeBron psychologically and how he approaches the finals?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think that LeBron is super like locked in and he understands the goal and what he wants and like for his legacy. I think that like he's leaning into the marketing of, Kobe's passing us the torch and we couldn't lose in the Mamba jerseys and like all those opportunities. But I think on like a personal level, no.
I think Kobe adds 1 or 2%. If he's 98% locked in, this gets him at 99.5 because it's like that was his friend who passed and now I'm wearing the fucking jersey of this guy. Like I can't lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what would have happened if The Last Dance came out during the bubble.
Oh, yeah.
Because The Last Dance came out, right? And then while everything was shut down. So we were all super inspired by The Last Dance, right? Like in the same way that like, Izzy fights last night, right? Or Izzy fights on Saturday, right? And I'm just so inspired. I like go downstairs to my gym. I started hitting the fucking punching bag and shit. Like I'm kicking it. My hip is all fucked up today because I did it. I'm just old man problems. But like, I think like immediately I'm going to be so locked in these playoffs just like MJ was. And because we live in the in this content cycle where everything is constantly being refreshed and we forget about it. The Last Dance feels like it was a year ago to me. Mm-hmm. Like we reviewed it. Mm-hmm. It feels like it was 365 days ago.
Yeah. No, so that's fair.
I don't think that they're holding on to it the same way, but imagine it came out the same time.
Oh, it'd be nuts.
As the finals.
Nuts.
Mm-hmm. Imagine it came out in the week before the finals, so the downtime. People would be salivating.
Nuts.
I mean, all these players would be going fucking berserk.
Let's go. Every game would have been a fucking war.
Yeah.
To that point, though, what did MJ always look for when he was playing? Motivation. Extra motivation. Yeah. Even when you're that elite and that locked in, you need to find the motivation. I think LeBron's more than The Last Dance would be Kobe. That was like my brother, man. He's gone, and I'm wearing his jersey. It all feels like he's supposed to be here now. Mm-hmm. This is the first time I'm not rooting against the Lakers. I love hating the Lakers. I can't root against them this year. If they get it, great, man. Good for them. I think he feels that too. Of like, yo, this is destiny. This is my fourth ring. Let's go. I'm locked in.